justice, compassion, and the call to stand up. Brothers and sisters, I stand before you this morning with a heavy heart and a fiery spirit. A storm is brewing in this land, and it's one we cannot ignore. Our leaders, those entrusted with the power to shape laws and protect lives, are crafting policies that strip families of their dignity and punish those who have already suffered enough. I'm talking about the Laken Riley Act, a law that seeks to punish mothers, fathers, and children simply because they dared to hope for a better life. They crossed an invisible line in search of safety, of opportunity, of peace, and for that, this law would brand them as criminals. It would force them into detention, tear families apart, and call them smugglers for no greater crime than loving their children enough to risk it all. Now, let me ask you, what if they passed a law that said every blond-haired person who commits a crime must face mandatory detention? What if we punished every blond-haired American because of the actions of one? Would that be justice? Would that be fair? No! It would be a mockery of the principles we hold dear. And yet, my brothers and sisters, that is exactly what this law does. It takes the actions of a few and uses them to condemn entire communities. It is not justice, it is fear. It is not fairness, it is cruelty. Contrast this with the American Families Act, a law that honors the sacred bond of family, that seeks to keep parents and children together, that acknowledges the dignity of every human being. That is the path of righteousness, the path of compassion, the path that reflects the values of our faith and our God. For what does the word say? Defend the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow. It does not say punish the stranger, it does not say condemn the outcast. It says to love them, to care for them, to see the image of God in them. But this new law? This Laken Riley Act? It is the work of fear, the work of hatred, the work of those who would turn us against one another to secure their own power. We cannot stand by while our brothers and sisters are dehumanized and cast aside. It is time for us to rise up and speak out. Let us demand laws that honor the dignity of every family, regardless of where they come from or how they got here. Let us reject the politics of division and embrace the call to justice, compassion, and unity. For we know that God does not look at the borders we draw on maps. He looks at the heart. And what will he see in ours? Will he see courage, love, and righteousness? Or will he see silence and complicity in the face of injustice? Let us be a people who stand for justice. Let us be a people who fight for compassion. Let us be a people who reject fear and embrace love, for love is the greatest commandment of all. Can I get an amen?